Hello everyone, it's Chase Chappell and thank you for joining us today. We're going to be covering in this module your settings in the Business Manager and your Facebook page settings and ensuring all of your account settings overall are verified, set up correctly, and that way we can start fresh with your Facebook ads successfully having covered all the independent minor details that add up to the bigger picture. So let's go ahead and get in there. The first thing we're going to do is go to business.facebook.com and you should be able to see your business manager should look something like this. And some of the first steps we're going to take are going to begin in our business settings, which is in the bottom left here. So we'll be going to business settings. And one of the very first steps that we want to take is making sure that we've added a second admin. If you only have one admin, the chances of you getting locked out of your business manager go up. You can't recover your account if you're locked out and you have no other admin. So it's very important you have a second admin. More or less, if you forget your password, you want to be able to reach out to that person. So I would only add somebody that you trust, whether it's your spouse, a trusted friend, a trusted family member, or if it's a business partner or somebody who works with you, someone that you can trust with admin access because they will have the same access level as you. So that way, in case anything happens, you'll always have that account or person to reach out to in order to actually be able to access your business manager if anything was to go wrong. The next steps that we want to take here are going to your pages and making sure that you've already added in your Facebook page here. If you haven't already, you would hit add. You would request access to your page, or if you haven't created a Facebook page before, you would then take the steps to create a new page. Now, there are some details in the overall Facebook page that we'd want to cover, and some of those are visiting the page, and we want to go ahead and hit settings, and we want to go ahead and make some changes and adjustments here. For instance, we want to go ahead and turn the profanity filter on. This is going to make sure that, when you're running ads, there's not a lot of, cussing and violent language that's being shown on your ads. It could potentially deter people from, purchasing. So we want to go ahead and just, filter out those comments with a profanity filter. And then right here, right above the profanity filter, there's something called page moderation. And this one's really important because with page moderation, you're going to be able to add in keywords that filter out somebody's comments and prevent them from being shown to somebody. So if somebody says fake or if somebody says a negative word that you just don't want showing up in your comments, that's going to actually show that it posted to that person on their end. But at the end of the day, that comment can't be seen by anyone. And you'll still be able to see what these comments look like, but they're going to be automatically hidden for you. So that way you don't have to hide negative comments and go through the hassle of doing all of that. So right below this video, I've actually attached a document with a list of keywords and negative words and, more profanity really to prevent people from commenting or, spreading hate words on your actual ads. And once again, we're all mature here, and some of those words, you'll see in there. We just want to make sure we exclude those. But at the end of the day, once that's actually added in, we're going to not have to worry about any, super negative comments coming through. From time to time, you'll just have to see if there is one that makes it through, and if there is, you just add it into this page moderation list. And once you add in all these negative keywords, it will end up allowing you to save at the end of this. So you'll click save. And now we've added in our, page moderation keywords to prevent people from commenting, negative words here. The next thing we want to do is make sure that you are recommended to similar pages. And then most recent comments are shown by default for your page. That's fine. And then what we want to go ahead and do is just check your page info. You want to go ahead and make sure that your name is accurate. You add a description because if you don't have a description, your page looks less legitimate. And you want to make sure Facebook trusts that you are a legitimate business because we are. And, you want to make sure you have contact info in there. So if you don't want to include your phone number, that's totally fine. You can include your email so that way people can contact you because that is important as well in case people have questions. You do want to include your website. And then for a location, if you want to include your office address, that's totally fine as well. It's better if you do include addresses. That way Facebook sees it as, a trustworthy business. No, we do not have a physical location that we allow people to visit. Does your page travel to its customers? Yes, they can buy. And our service areas are software. For us, if you're in e-commerce, you would put that. No hours. And then with your privacy policy, you would link that to your actual website. And then you can go ahead and list out the, actual services or products that you offer here. There's just a list of them. And then you can go ahead and add in your Instagram account if you have one. So we'll just copy that link, add that in. We'll add our Twitter if we have one of those. We'll add in our LinkedIn if we have one of those. Once we've added our social media accounts, we can go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is clicking on Instagram and connecting an Instagram account. Now, adding this information allows you to reach more individuals organically and through paid, because if your pages are connected, not only is that going to connect it in your ads, but that's also going to allow people to bounce between your social media accounts, and it just improves the trust and verification that you not only do have an accurate Facebook page, but it is also connected to a legitimate Instagram account, which is really important because at the end of the day, this can actually lower your CPM cost. Once we've done that, we want to go to templates and tabs, and we're just going to go ahead and turn off reviews. We can have reviews on our website, but not necessarily necessary on our Facebook page. And then if you don't do events, go ahead and turn those things off as well. You don't really need any of this other stuff. Unless you're an e-commerce store, here's what I would recommend doing. I'd recommend going to shopping and setting up the shopping with your Facebook page. That way people can see your products visibly. This is going to help you get a lot more reach and can later play into a larger retargeting audience, which then leads to more people on the top of funnel that you could then convert later down the road, which people who do this see much better ROAS than people who don't. Now, since I'm a software business, what we're going to do is we're going to select services, because that's what we are. Since we're a software business, I'm just going to stay at the standard template, but if you actually are e-commerce, please make sure to do the actual shop version, because that's really important. Now, if you post a lot of videos, you want to make sure that one's ranked higher at the top. If you have photos, you want to also make sure that is up as well. And then the about should also be at the top. And then the rest of these are fine to be where they are. Now with messaging, you want to make sure you have a high response rate, because when people DM your page after seeing your ad, or if they have questions, you don't want a page that says typically responds within a few weeks, because Facebook's all about timing and making sure that the users on their platform are getting a good experience. And when the algorithm sees that you have a fast response rate, well, that's going to help you get a higher ranking on your page. So let's go ahead and greet individuals. As soon as they visit your page, they'll get a greeting, which makes it a warmer experience for them. And then let's also go ahead and make sure that you go to advanced messaging. Now we're going to set up automated responses, so that way you can ensure you have a fast response time. Once you click on automated responses, once you've gone through and made all of your website, once you've gone through and made all of the updates to your Facebook page settings, next is making sure we do the ad account correctly. So what we're going to do is go ahead and create a new ad account. We're going to give that ad account a name. And then you're going to want to make sure you choose your time zone correctly. The reason it's important to choose your time zone correctly is because you want to make sure that it aligns with the same time zone you view your website in. Because when you get a purchase, if it's not in the correct time zone, there's a good chance that you might see a purchase came through at a different hour than is actually reported on your site. And that could be directly related to just a time zone selection issue on your ad account. So make sure you selected the right time zone that you live in, so that way you can see your results a lot more accurately. Once you have a correct time zone, we're going to hit next. And if this is an ad account for your business and this is your company, you'll select My Business. Now, if you're creating an ad account for a client, you're going to choose another business or client. You never want to keep a client's ad account in your business manager because it's going to cause issues later down the road, and for compliance's sake, it's best not to do it that way.